Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Reed from Chiropractic Masters International with Dr. Shreen Van Wagner of the Transform Power Workshop series. This is our third training video. We want to go through the proof of what's happened with regards to our utilization and our betas of the Transform Power Workshops. And Dr. Shreen, let's talk a little bit about the internal aspect of what's happened in your practice and, more importantly, the external response that we've gotten with your workshops. So talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so let's just start from the beginning, because that's the easiest place to go from, because we all want to see how is this actually going to unfold when we first start doing these things, instead of looking at what is the end product. Let's see where you can actually start. So my first power workshop that I did, we actually did a 30 days out rule, where we started to promote this 30 days in advance in our office, and what we found was we actually ended up having a waiting list. In my practice, I can only fit 25 people into my office for a workshop. So
let's just talk about how we did that, because it's really important. Most doctors don't realize that when you huddle in the morning, you want to set goals, right? And we set a goal.
Yes.
We set a goal with the front desk and with the doctor. So we had a goal for the day, and that goal, I believe, because we can only get about 25 in the practice with regards to seats, was to set 25, and we just talked tick.
We actually did it for 30, because you know that there's not everyone shows up.
That's
and
correct.
If they're standing room only, you look really important. Not a bad thing.
Yeah, not a bad thing.
So it's an okay thing. So we went ahead and we set the goal for 30. And what I did is I challenged the girls to see who could actually sign up more people, me or them.
So we had a contest.
Absolutely.
And what was amazing is that you did this in one day. Just one day.
We actually did. We booked all 25 people in one day. So we were going to make this 30 days out. We started promoting. We actually had to stop our advertising instantaneously.
All right.
And then free advertising.
But you ended up parlaying this with a second one on a week later, correct?
We absolutely did.
Okay.
So what we ended up doing was we signed 30. I was actually 32 people that we signed up. We even beat our 30 goal. And we signed 32 people up that evening, even though it was snowing in Richmond, Virginia, which is a big thing. The city shuts down. We ended up having 25 people show up. And I then started rescheduling for a second event immediately, because I had people who were very upset that they didn't get to sign up. They didn't get their seat.
So maybe we should have had this in a library or a community center.
We do now.
Yeah, we do now. So anyhow, with regards to that, not only did this have a major impact in your practice, because each workshop you're only going to do once per year, so you're going to create urgency and scarcity to get people to sign up. But you had this really sort of phenomena that happened where people started talking about it outside the practice.
Yes. So what we had happen is it was really amazing. The next week I went into my son's school, and one of the teachers, actually it was one of the assistants in the front office, she was saying to me, she's like, I heard that you do lectures, and one of my friends was just telling me about these health talks that you do for patients. Would you ever consider doing those outside of your practice? Our staff would really love that. And I was like, of course. And here I am thinking, I've been doing this for 10 years. Of course I go into a school. And this happened to be one of the schools that I hadn't been invited to yet. So I was very excited about that. But it was amazing to me how impactful this was, because I didn't walk into the office and bring up my health talks when picking up my son to go to a dentist appointment. I was just there picking him up, and it was brought up to me. So you realize how far this can go outside of your practice just by word of mouth.
And what happened, you also got asked to be a keynote speaker, correct?
Yes, yes. One of my patients actually was in my lectures, and that's not where it was set up. I actually ended up going into their company later on, because I was hired to come in by their HR person. And then once I educated their patients at that location, I was then asked to go to their corporate, like their big once a year annual meeting. And this is where there was going to be 5,000 employees. They were inviting me as their keynote speaker. I was going to be paid almost $5,000 for 1 hour talk in one day. They were paying all my travel and everything else. And honestly, it was a day trip. And it was $5,000 quick and easy. And it wasn't even on one of my work days. It was absolutely fantastic. And that was just from doing one of these power workshops in a company.
So now you become an authority in your topics, especially in that wellness-based paradigm, and
Absolutely.
people love to hear, and especially if you have people from companies that are patients, they're going to think, hey, maybe this is our next keynote, or we do lunch and learns. Maybe I can get this patient into my company to speak on these topics, because these are amazing topics.
Exactly.
So you can see this has a ripple effect outside of your practice and allows you to sort of expand your reach to patients outside.
Right.
Now, what's interesting is your first beta that you did, and this is really important. This is our first test. When we did our very first one, again, 30 days out, and we're going to talk a bit about the 10 marketing tools. When you did this, 25 people showed up. How many new patients ended up coming in as new patients in your practice?
We ended up having 8 new patients.
So you've got 8 new ones. Now,
Yes.
we also have a program where we're going to teach you in the Transform Power Workshops how to monetize that. And what we mean by that, there's a way to upsell supplements and other programs in your practice that's within the Power Transform Workshops. Something amazing happened in your very first beta.
Yeah, what we actually did is this specific talk that we did, we actually did one of our weight loss talks that time. And this is where the 28-day transform, 28 days to transform your body workshops comes in, where it's 28 days to really detox your body and to lose weight. And people loved this one. And so we ended up having not only 8 new patients, but I had enough people to sign up for the program that we made $7,000 that night, not including the money that we made from the new patients. So it was just $7,000 that went through that evening.
And that took you 1 hour to do, correct?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
all of this, doesn't take a lot of time. We've already got it pre-canned, and we have 10 marketing tools. Let's talk a little bit about that, because we talked about 30 days out. We have in-office flyers. We have sign-up sheets so people can sign up, and we have a little script and system that gets them to sign up. We have invites, health passes they can actually take with them.
Right. We have invites to the lecture, but then we also have health certificates for after the lecture that they can give to someone else.
So you can now parlay this so they can
Yes.
bring a friend in. We have Facebook ads. We have
postcards that we're sending out.
postcards to reactivate people. And that's just some of the 10 different marketing tools that we have for every workshop. And again, the secret to this is 30 days out to get results like that. I mean, I don't know about you docs, but how many of you would want that? I would want that, especially if I'm looking at attracting more new ones. There's 8 new ones right there. Who could benefit from an extra 8 per month? To basically convert people to care, because you're going to be able to get friends, family, spouses to come out, and they're going to hear the chiropractic message. So each workshop, we're also re-dipping them into the inside-out principle of chiropractic and retention, because there's a movement, there is a global movement towards wellness, and people want that. So you're now their wellness-based doctor, and they get to be re-anchored to not only the principle, but also that 4-dimensional model of health in chiropractic on a monthly basis.
Right. And I think the biggest thing is that sometimes we know that our patients love us just as much as we love them. And they don't realize how they can help you as much as you've helped them. So they have no idea that you could go into their company. They have no idea that you could educate someone else on how you help them, because they're thinking just very small, very myopic. They think of, okay, well, I'm a patient, so she can help me because I'm paying her. They don't think of, oh, well, she's willing to help all these other people that I may know. So you've got to open yourself up and allow your patients to be able to open their mind up to bringing more people into your practice. And it makes it so it's not so intimidating for them. And that's where it's really important and really easy for them. So it gives them an avenue to invite their friends. It's free. There's nothing attached. And next thing you know it, their friends, their family, their coworkers, they're diving into chiropractic, which is what your patient wanted from the beginning, but they just didn't know how to do it. And on top of that, it's also making it so that your patients can see a bigger vision on how they can spread the word, even in their companies too.
So now you've got ambassadors. So this is a great way to improve attraction, conversion, retention, upsell, get outside. And once again, this is an amazing product. We've been working on it for over a year. We've got it fine-tuned, and we'd love to share it with you. So for those of you who want to learn more, on video number 4, we're going to walk you through all the elements, all the different workshops, and you'll have the opportunity to purchase one of the first 100 Transform Power workshops. and start implementing in your practice. Simply open the book, follow the instructions, it's turnkey, and we'll teach you.
That is key,
And that's
because
key.
it's easy for us to be doctors and to adjust, but it's not so easy for us to make money on doing it, as well as making it effective. So that's where we're going to take my information, and then we're going to take his brains with marketing, and we're going to put that together for you to make it easy.
Absolutely,
So-
and you're going to love this product. So we'll see you on video training number 4 for the Transform Power Workshop webinar series. Until then, love and appreciate you. Thanks for joining us on today's training video.